Hey y'all!
Are we live? Okay.
Good evening.
Hey, welcome to the Coily Crowns on a special edition. I'm coming to you live on a Thursday night. We
Yes.
normally record on Sundays, but people got lives, got one there.
Oh my.
So we
Oh
had to
my.
shift our schedule to today. But thanks for watching, and hopefully people get to come and join
Come
us
on
live.
in.
But we are the Coily
Yes.
Crown. And I'm Ashante.
And I'm Lori, and welcome to our Queendom. Hi guys.
So
Excited.
we discussed and recap Married at First Sight. We are on season 16, episode 11 that aired
Yeah.
last night.
Yes.
So disclaimer, although this just came out last night,
Don't
y'all
start. Don't start.
forgive us. That's why we need more people live to
To
help
help
us
us,
recap.
yes, get
Yeah.
us right. Be like, no, it wasn't that. She said this, and I'll be like, oh yeah, you're right.
2 hours of watching this and
Yes.
got life going on,
Yes.
charge it to our minds, not to our hearts, or to our hearts, not to our minds, whatever that saying is.
Either way, we
Anywho,
are not reporters, okay? So we're here to kiki, have a good time. So if we mess something up, oh well. If we forget
hey,
something, remind us. Put it in the
this is
chat.
not our job, our full-time jobs, right?
Absolutely not. That's not even our
So
second, third, fourth, fifth job. Okay, this is just extra on tap.
it's just for fun.
Anyways,
So before we start, though, remind everyone to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification button so that you would get notification of us
yes,
going live, like tonight, right? Which
yes.
is outside of our regular scheduled programming.
And click that like
So,
button. We see y'all watching our stuff
um,
now. We done had some
yeah,
good views in the last, well, good for us, okay? Some good views the last few weeks. You watching? Click yes. It don't cost you nothing. Click it. Click it.
and you can still
Click
add
it.
comments afterwards if you're not watching live. Still
You
give us
sure
your
can.
thoughts. What you think about the couples? Who's gonna make it?
Yes.
Who's not? What happened? Whatever. So leave your comments. Go to our Instagram page and like us there and follow. We have a few new followers there. So thank you to anyone that is watching. And tell
Mm-hmm.
your friends. If you're talking to your girls about Married at First Sight, you might well send the link to them so they can join in on the fun.
Right.
Do that.
All
All
right.
right, so let's get started.
Let's.
Opening scene. It's the double date, right? On the Redneck
Oh,
country
that's the opening scene.
tour.
Okay, yes. So that is the first
That's what I remember.
real.
That's the
Well, that's the first
first
real
thing I
thing
remember.
that we see. We're at the 1 month anniversary, right? So we're gonna
Yes,
get
yes, yes.
cute dates. We know there's gonna be outings, and we're also gonna know that we're gonna get a temperature check with some of the couples to say, are we going in the right direction? How do we feel? Because we're at the halfway point of the experiment period. So yes, we have this very cute double date with Clint and Gina, and
Mm-hmm.
I was about to call her something else,
Nicole and Chris.
and Nicole and Chris. Now I was called because I don't know why I want to call Gina something else, but anyways.
Oh, I say what you was about to say. She was
Oh,
about to call
nothing.
her.
No, nothing bad. Oh,
Oh,
nothing bad.
okay.
But yeah, the date was cute. Um, but let me ask you a question, Ashante.
Oh
Did you
no.
know this redneck vernacular? Did you know these words that they used? Did you know?
A
Did you
few
know
of
what
them.
a cooter? You know what a cooter was?
Now, now that one, I guess I got a new meaning for that one because it turtle was not the meaning I had for that word. So I did learn something new.
Okay. All right. I was like, we got a beaver, a cooter, we got mom and them. I think
Mom and them?
that was a little stolen, but we'll go with it. What else was there? There was one more, but now
Oh,
I can't
it
remember
was
what it
one
was.
more.
Yeah, at the beginning. But
Mm.
I just thought the tour was rinky dink, right? But Clint is hilarious to me. I don't know why I like Clint. Where did this come from?
He is funny. Like, I think he's always been funny. We just kind of just had
Yes.
this about him.
Well, I think it
But
was the way how he was edited going into the marriage. They made like he was talking about his sex count. He was
right.
talking about basically, I don't know, he just seemed gross to me. But I don't know if they were just editing those comments or maybe he was nervous because sometimes when people are nervous, they just say really off the
Diarrhea of the
wall kind
mouth.
of thing. Right. But he is growing on me like a fungus. Who said that? Just like a fungus. He is growing
Like
on
a
me.
fungus.
He is. I like him.
I, he is growing on me too. I
Who
mean, when
knew?
he was like, they were the couples, right? And they were talking about how they both were having their 1 month. And
Mhm.
he's like, yeah, sir, buy one, get one free or 2 for 1.
Yes, I was like, he needs to join the bus tour because the moderator was not as funny. That was hilarious.
Sure.
It was so funny. I was like, okay, Clint. And I didn't realize, I hope they were telling the truth. When they were getting on the bus, Gina said she's from Arkansas. Makes perfect sense now. Okay.
Yeah,
And
she
then
did say something.
Clint,
She was born in Arkansas or from Arkansas.
yes. And Clint said he's from Houston. So
He
that's
was
why
born in Houston.
yeah, he doesn't sound like a New Yorker. So I was wondering like where he was really from. So he's originally from Texas. She's originally from Arkansas. And they kind of migrated their way to Tennessee. So it was good to know that background as well. So, okay. Moving on.
So after this bus tour,
Mm.
they went to this distillery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And took some shots, and we're just talking about marriage in their first month and how things were going.
Yeah.
Um, anything in particular you can recount from that conversation
Listen,
that stood out to you? That's
I
memorable.
feel that although there is no attraction with Gina and Clint, because they were talking about taking last names and stuff like that and how
That was
that
important.
goes. But the way how they were interacting was interesting to me because they don't like each other like that. I know they've come up with a pact that we're gonna at least ride this wave out. But I like how they're doing it. It doesn't feel like there's animosity there. It seems very
Mm-hmm.
lighthearted and they're just having a good time, which I think that's what you should do. Like even if you're not 100% in, at least have a good time to see if this can potentially grow into something. We know it ain't growing into nothing, but it would be interesting to see the progression. And they just seem like they're in a good space where they can tell each other stuff. And it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, we chilling, we here, we gonna have a good time, and then we're gonna say no on decision day. But I like seeing it. It looks good.
So you
So
still on? Gina's gonna say no on the decision day.
yeah, they're both gonna say no. He know you another person can tell how you vibe with them. So he knows that she's not feeling him like that. Like
But I
it
think I
just
could see Clint even saying, "Oh, we've been making this progress. Let's just keep going and give it a chance, and let's say yes on decision day." And I could see her
to
saying
live
no, but I
separate,
could see,
I think he's in on this process. I don't think he's in on this afterwards. Mm-mm.
no.
Mm-mm. No, I think he knows what's up. He knows what's up. Yeah. I don't think I even have anything for Nicole and Chris with this. Um, they were asking like the bartender how long he's been married and what, blah, 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 whatever. I don't think it was nothing special other than I like that they're double dating. I think that's cute when you see
Mm-hmm.
the other couple's interaction, not necessarily the big group, because then you kind of get lost and you can't catch everything. But these double dates, that was cute. I like it. So,
That was cute. And just to go back to like the conversation about the last name,
mm-hmm.
the wives taking the last name, like it wasn't like a big deal. Like, sometimes those conversations can cause some kind of like friction.
Friction. Mm-hmm.
And they were just like, for the women, they were like, after decision day, then make the decision and go forth
Yeah.
doing it. But not now with everything that you have to go through to get those changes
Right.
made. And the guys were like, they understood. So it was like a very easy conversation. But I guess the cute part about it was the dog when he was like, Hank will have to take his last name. Clint. We're talking about the dog.
Yes, definitely. I didn't know his name was Webb. I was like, okay,
Well,
Webb. All
so
right.
okay, so that's like the beginning of
Opening.
the
Mm-hmm.
episode, right? With that. So
Yes.
let's stick with Clint and Gina and talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
Um Overall, like Lori was saying, they really seem to be developing a friendship. That's what it looks like, right? It
Yes.
kind of looks like what would happen if you didn't get married first, right? You meet somebody, you start hanging out with them and doing things, and you're like, oh, this person's cool. I want to hang out, and that seems to be the vibe that both of
Mm-hmm.
them are given. So they go to recreate their honeymoon
Mm-hmm.
and go to this waterfall that's somewhere near Nashville.
I want to
And
go. It's called Rutledge. I looked it up. Rutledge Falls, and it's an hour and a half away from Nashville. It's an hour and a half away from Chattanooga, which now I wish I would have went because I went to Chattanooga recently. And I was like, this is beautiful out here in Tennessee. I love it. So cute. Sorry, go ahead.
so so yeah, so they go as a family with the dog with
With
Hank
Hank.
and go to the fall. But only Clint got in the water. I don't know. I guess I would
Ridiculous.
have. I guess
Ridiculous.
you bring the dog. I guess the dog. Somebody has to watch the dog. But
That's what I
yeah, only Clint.
thought. But then you switch
Uh,
out. You say, okay, or the
that's what I
dog
was
at
going
least
to
went in the water a
say.
little bit. You could have stood there while holding the dog leash, or he could have came out, you would have went in. She went out there just to not go in that water. I was
Just to
like
sit
I
on the
said,
rock and
there's
watch it.
nothing. There's no romance here. It's just we are chilling, having a good
But
time.
they are telling, so kind of fast forward a little bit to as an anniversary, they go on a big anniversary dinner, right, with the other couples.
Oh,
They're giving this illusion like, yes, we're making this progress,
it's not an
everything is
illusion.
going.
Everybody at the table know what's going on.
Do they? Because
Yes.
we'll get to it a little later, but I mean, but they really are saying that they're progressing and getting to know each other, and things seem to be moving in the right direction. Gina, again, I know television is saying like, yes, she's like starting to really, I don't know, get into him. She likes him. He's funny. He's this and that, everything that she asked for. But ultimately she not in it, which
No.
we've talked about in previous recaps. She's just waiting until these 8 weeks are over. She can just say no and be on, go her little merry way.
Yes.
Lord, like, yes,
Yes.
that's
So
all.
let's go back. Let's go to my culture background where they had a Jamaica Day. Okay, at the
Yeah, go back
apartment,
there. With the
at
flags
the,
and
with the
everything.
flag. First of all, Clint be wearing his Jamaica shirts all the time.
Shirt.
Like he don't have no other clothes. He is on this Jamaica trip. On the trip, they didn't have their luggage, so that was explainable. But now we're at home, Clint. That's all you got
He's
to wear is.
comfortable.
Oh, and before I get to the Jamaica thing, Clint is old. Clint would be like how I am. He had a hangover the next day
Oh,
after drinking all them shots. And he was just like, I had a rough night last night.
I
Sir, you
mean, it
cannot drink
sounds like
like
he was
that.
drinking quite a bit. Yeah, more than just those little shots.
But see, this is like the third time we've seen Clint like done for. He was sick in Jamaica too. And I was just like, you okay? I think she is slowly poisoning him. He should go get a
Stop
toxicology report.
it.
Gina got a life insurance policy on you, and she's trying to take you out so she can collect to pay for her salons. Okay, run, Clint, run. So yes, they set up this, or Gina does this. Does Gina do it, or they both planned it, the Jamaica day?
I think maybe he planned the waterfall part and she planned but I don't think it was the same day, was it?
No, no, it's a different day. I'm just saying he went
Okay,
and got
yeah, I
the
think she
food, so
planned
I wasn't sure if there was a joint thing that they were gonna do or whatever. But maybe let's say
maybe.
they both did it. They decorated. She had the clothes on. Hank had a little green and yellow little tie around his neck. The whole 9 yards. It was so cute. And he went, and this man was eating oxtail. I was like, Clint is eating oxtail.
Listen, when he said that too, I was like, what? No. I was like, oh, they just got some
Oh
jerk
my God.
chicken, you know, what
No.
they used to.
This man went down there and was like, give me the most famous thing you have. I want that. Give it to me. He's like, I'm literally eating tailbone. Yes, that's what I'm eating. Clint turns around and asks Gina, have you ever eaten camel? She was like, sir, I cannot. Can I just eat my food?
That whole conversation just totally went left because then they end up talking about eating the dog and like, what are y'all talking about? And where are you going with this
Yes.
conversation?
And this is why I can't trust the editing, because in the commercial last week for this week, they were saying, like, they made it seem like, every time I eat with you, I just want to stop eating. And they made it seem like it was going to be this big fight. And it was not.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing, because she don't really care about Clint. She doesn't. And she's just like, can I just eat my food? Thanks. We're having a good
Which was
day.
no oxtail. She wasn't eating
No,
no
she was like,
oxtail, so
mm-mm, mm-mm,
she was just eating
mm-mm.
some rice and peas.
I don't know what she was eating, but Clint was tearing that thing up. I saw him, the plate was near empty at the end of that conversation. I was like, go ahead, Clint, eat that oxtail. Oh my God. But yeah, I don't even think they had any other scenes. They didn't even go nowhere. Did they go out? Or that was their date?
That was part
Okay.
of their whole anniversary
Okay.
date. But they did not do
Like
you know how they usually do
reminiscing.
have like the book and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They
don't
didn't do
remember
one of
them seeing that
those.
part. So
They
that
were
was
just like,
missing.
listen, we ain't doing that. How about that? We don't have nothing to reminisce about. It's over.
We good.
Yes.
So okay, so I already alluded to this dinner that we'll talk more about a
Yeah.
little later, but so they do show up for that.
Mm-hmm.
We can stick with the other couple on that double date, Nicole
Oh,
and Chris.
yes.
Um, that was cute. So for
It was
their
cute.
anniversary
Mm.
date, they did the helicopter ride.
Yes.
Um, and that was the first time that either one of them had been in a helicopter, and so they
But
were just kind
I
of.
like how he presented it to her too.
And I
So,
was go ahead.
oh, okay, go ahead. Sorry. You already went in
No,
there.
go ahead.
Okay. So
No.
I like that he had this whole like, oh, you can't believe what you wait till you see what I did for you. He wrote a little note down. I forgot what it said. Something about being love up in the air, blah, blah, blah. He posted it on the
Taking
table.
things to the next level.
There you go. Look at you with your notes. And then he had like a little fake remote control helicopter, and she came out and he had it flying around. She was like, oh, okay. What is this? And he didn't say nothing. I was like, play some music, get it together. What you doing? And so then she looked at the table. She's like, oh my God, I've never been up there. This is so cute. Okay, sorry. So then they go.
I'm sorry, I don't go in order, but I was gonna go back there and say how he got to that whole point. But thank you for the recap.
Yes.
So yes, it was cute for them to do that. And then I guess when they got back home, they go through they reminisce about the wedding, right? And they open the book and they watch a video.
Oh,
Is it not the same day?
yes. Yes.
Yeah. So they're watching the video and Nicole, she just could not be in the moment and just enjoy watching the video and, celebrating their 1 month anniversary. So she starts basically picking at herself on video, how she ain't like her hair, her makeup, and she didn't say it once or twice. She said it like a few times, and so we can see it start making him feel a little uncomfortable.
Right.
But bless his heart, he was trying to reassure her and tell her, like, don't worry about those things. Like, it's done. It's part of the day, but think of the overall day, right, of things. But
And he says in
she
that
blamed himself for that.
confessional, like over and over and over again, it's gonna be annoying. So you're gonna have to cut that out, girl. You're gonna have to relax a little bit. So,
Yep,
because
yep.
you already started with the picture, now it's the video. That's how you're gonna be when you see this on TV. When y'all watch it back together, it's gonna be, oh my god, look at me, oh my god. He gonna be like, listen, cut it out, or I just miss me with that. I'll be in the room there until you finish doing what you got to deal with. So I was
Yeah.
just like, okay. But when did her dad come over? Well,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
I don't remember in timeline when things happened, but the
Her daddy
daddy
come
came
over
over. Her daddy came
with the
over
dog. It was all three
with the
dogs
dog,
up in
yeah,
there.
because they showed
Okay.
the 3 dogs running around. But
Okay.
did this man really forget his name? Because he was like, yeah,
He's
and
always trying to be funny.
or is he joking? Okay, I was like, I can't
Yes.
believe this man. Can't
No.
remember this man's name. His simple name is
No.
Chris. Okay.
You know she talk about
Um.
him every single second to everybody. Come on now. He's just trying to be funny, and it's not funny. It's not.
Yeah. So, which also goes to the whole, he had his own little confessional, right? And they're talking to him. And why do everybody really thinks that Chris is like gonna be, it's just some like
I don't know.
simp, right? That's the word that's used all the time now. Like he was just gonna just get ran over by Nicole. And we've
Hmm.
talked about like previous weeks how he has spoken up when he didn't like something or didn't want to do something or whatever. So it's in him. I'm sure there's gonna be times where yeah, he's just gonna just go with the flow because that's what she wants to do. But they like are really like picturing him, editing him to come across like he just has no backbone, like he cannot be
Nothing.
a man. And so her dad was kind of going through this whole thing too, saying he needs to stand up and be a
And do
man
what? Hit her?
and do all this and
Shake her?
be.
Like what does that mean?
I, it, that was my question because I'm like like how aggressive you talking like she needs to be aggressive. He doesn't have to be aggressive. Something he was saying. I'm just like, well, which
But
one
with
is it,
what
sir?
though?
Like,
But with what? I could see if something happened and she did something and he's saying, hey, you can't let her do that to you. I see if there was something that you can point to. There is
right.
nothing. I don't know where this conversation came from. I don't know where it's going. I don't know how it's helpful. It just seems like, oh, I have to say something on TV. I don't. What are we talking about right now?
I think again they've created this picture of him and they're like, oh yeah, now go. Like tell us what you think about people that are
Or like
like that
this.
or what have you.
Mm.
Yeah, like because like you're saying, there's really nothing to go off of.
Nothing.
And a little bit of stuff that we've seen is not nothing major that should make you even think like
Mm-mm.
she's just gonna roll over him like that. Like,
I don't know where they
what
got this
is it?
from, but I am tired of Chris with his ex stories. He getting on my nerves with that too. So Nicole, you get on my nerves with talking about yourself, having low self esteem like that, and him bringing up these exes, sir.
They
And maybe it's what you
both.
say. It's like the producers are like, give us more about in your last situation or whatever. Like, because it's ridiculous at this point.
And this gonna continue. And that started from day one, right? When he was just
Mm-hmm.
talking about the exes and
Mm-hmm.
his parents or friends talking about how he was with those women and stuff. So that's just gonna be a reoccurring theme. That's his storyline, right?
Yep.
The exes and then being quote unquote a simp
For
or,
sure. Or
in that situation. What you said?
no, I was like, oh, a simp. Yeah, okay. Her daddy said he need BDE. Okay.
BDE.
I was just like, who taught you that, sir? Where you get that from? I want
He
to
said
know.
he be out here on Instagram, out here on the interwebs, keeping up with what's going on.
Somebody need to unplug his computer, unplug his phone. Anyways, did they have another like single thing
Not
happen? I
that
don't think so.
I can recall,
Mm-mm, I
but
don't think so. If it
go off
comes up,
my
I'll
memory.
I'll come back around to it. All right, let's get to the spicy couples. Which one you want to start with?
um, we can go with Eris and Jasmine.
Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. I'm trying to think. What was their first scene? Was it him with his homeboy?
Yeah,
A
yeah,
mess. I feel
yeah.
like that was the first time because she didn't have no separate meetings with anybody. This
Mm-mm.
man goes to meet with his homeboy. His homeboy is like, all right, you laying it down, you doing what you supposed to do as a husband. He's like, nah, man, nah. He's like, oh, what you at first grade? She turning you down, she, whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm in the parking lot. I don't have my uniform on yet, or something.
By your own undoing, sir. That's you. You
Oh
refuse to
my
play the game.
god! Why he don't just leave her alone? I mean, cause
I
really,
would say it goes back to almost with Kirsten now. It's the image. Like I'm here, I get to try to salvage what image I
oh, you
have.
think he has
I
that?
don't know.
He don't
I
seem like that would be his thing. I see it from Kirsten. I'm working on her
Kirsten.
name, but I don't see him caring like that. But maybe he does.
Then why stay? I think in a way it's kind of like, oh man, I'm probably coming across as this bad guy and I don't want to be that. So let me stay and try to change it. But you're just digging
But you're
yourself
not
deeper and deeper
right.
in that
You are
hole.
not helping yourself at all. Like I'm just like, okay. So he has a conversation with a friend, and
Who's
is this?
married? I don't think that's the first thing.
Oh, he's married. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he is basically just saying, she's not ugly, like the same stuff he'd been saying the whole time. I should be attracted, I'm not attracted. I just wish like there's something that's not there. Like I need a swag about her. Like, she was a sneakerhead, whatever. And I was like, what does that have to do with you being attracted
He's
to
just trying
this
to come up
girl?
with stuff.
I feel like that too. I just feel like he's just like,
It's an
let me say
excuse of why,
something.
but if it was this and that, it don't
She don't
matter.
have a
It could
big
be all
booty.
of that.
I don't
He
like
ain't
how
gonna
she
like it.
look. She too skinny or whatever. Just say what it is and just get out of here. Leave her alone. Get out of
Yeah.
here. So I think he talks about taking sex off the table completely, and maybe the pressure would be less. And I'm just like, first of all, sex is not on the table. He said he tired of people asking him all the time, did you do it? Did you not? Did you do it? You still gonna get those questions if sex is off the table. They're gonna want to know, or somebody's gonna ask you. So I don't know how that changes anything. Okay, because you're gonna have to tell people actually sex is off the table. Okay,
Right.
but you're taking sex off the table to then do what? How is that going to get you closer to her? What are you going to do instead of the sex part? What are you going to do to actually get closer to her? Silence? Yes, exactly. So, so I don't think they said anything else with the friend. He was just like, yeah, you need to do what you need to do. And then they go on their date, their anniversary. No, they go to the rage room.
Hold on. There's one
Oh,
part. I think
okay.
this was after the meeting with the friend, and he started listing all these people who he would like basically trust to listen to. and his cousin is on the list. And
Oh
I'm
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
all people, you gonna go listen to your
Yes,
cousin who done told you
yes,
all of that? She didn't want you to get married. Done told you not to get married. Told you don't
yes,
like your wife. And why
yes.
would you?
He's gonna say, "You were right. I never should have done this. What was I thinking? I should have listened to you. I should have left when you told me to get out of here." That's what he's gonna say. It didn't work. I don't know what I was thinking. Yes, that's his
Okay,
cousin. He gonna listen to
continue.
her. Definitely gonna listen to her. So yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, so you're saying their actual date. So their anniversary date, they go. Where did they go? Like a winery somewhere, like a
Well,
barn, and
but they went to the rage room first, where they went to go
oh, wait,
smash
I'm
stuff.
sorry.
Because I
Right.
was like, I hope this is not the date. I was side eyeing Eris the whole time, like, is this the date? Are you serious? He's like, yeah, because she seems like she need to get out some aggression. So that's why I brought her. I was like, Negro, really? So they go to this smash room, and she was like, well, what aggression you got to get out? He's like, what? This world is crazy. That's what I got to get out. I was like, okay, sure. So they smashed some stuff. The room was so small. I was like, how they had a camera crew in there and everything? I was like, somebody gonna get
It
hurt.
was small, right?
This thing is so tiny. So I guess they got out their aggression. And so I was like, I was steaming until they actually had their outing, because I was just like, this man took this girl to a rage room for their anniversary. But that was just a date. So I was like, okay. So now we get to the date where they're all dressed up, blah, 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 blah. So what you remember about
Hmm.
that?
As I was saying,
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
know exactly where they were located, but it looked like a barn or winery or
Mm-hmm.
something outdoors. We had a table, a nice little signage that says like "Happy Anniversary" with their name, and they're having sitting at the table trying to have a conversation. But you notice that man did not look her in her face at all the
Always.
whole time.
It's always like that. He half looks at her the most time.
I
Half.
noticed that too, but I mean, I don't know, at this point was just the two sitting. I just thought maybe there would be more eye to eye contact.
Always. Because
Nah,
they're usually sitting side by side when they're talking. And so he'll glance over a little bit. But even face to face, he does not look at
he
her
he does
at
not look at her
all.
at all.
I don't know
Like,
what's
how do you
happening.
have me again signs? Just tap out, sir. Just go ahead and tap on out. They don't gave you the other couple done showed you how to do it. Just go
Mm,
ahead and follow
yeah.
right
I
behind
guess
them.
he ran his
But
way. Go ahead, sorry.
they're having this conversation, and that's when he decides to bring up about um waiting to have sex until after decision day.
Mm-hmm.
Um which was really, it wasn't a discussion. It was he was telling her what was happening, going to happen. And she was like not opposed to it, because she was like, sure, I didn't really think sex was on the table anyways, because you don't like me. You
Right.
haven't tried to do anything with me. But did you notice that they showed a scene that of them kiss? It was like one little montage. I think that might
Mm-hmm.
have been the first time I've seen them kiss.
Oh,
Since
but
like the wedding.
she's never said they don't kiss. And
No,
they
but I'm saying I just
do.
never seen.
Um, no, I don't think we see a lot of outings from them or little montages like that from them. But I haven't heard the opposite. Like, man, you don't even kiss me. You don't even do this. And remember, he
Right,
told
right.
Pastor Cal that they do touch. It feels natural. It's not like Kirsten and Shaq, right? So there
Let's see,
is
sports.
some touching, kissing. They're sleeping in the same bed, whatever. But she wants more, and he is like, yeah, I'm not gonna say yes on decision day, so I don't want this
I'm not gonna
bad blood. Mm-mm. So yeah.
Yeah, so her whole thing is okay, we can wait to have the sex, but we still need to build some intimacy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, and that doesn't mean sex, but we need to get to know each other. We need to let that develop so that you really are giving it a real chance to
Right.
grow here. But he's not. So, she's doing the best that she can right in the situation of like, I'm here, I'm trying, I just wish you would. And he admitted himself that like just a few weeks ago he had checked out or was on his way of checking out. But he's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get back to being into this. No, you're not. You still checked out over here, sir. Um,
Absolutely.
but but yeah, she's immediately admittedly saying to him as well, like, it can't be just me. You need to be involved as well. It goes both ways. Like, I'll do my part, but you got to do yours as well.
Mm-mm-mm. Um,
What you looking at?
I think. Oh, just up in the sky. Sorry, I'm
So,
thinking. That's my thinking face. Um, her attitude is changing. Right, you can just tell she's not in a good space. Her body language is off. I mean, his body language is abysmal, but you're starting to see it's starting to drag down. And in a preview of next week, she's saying, I guess she had to kind of build herself back up. And now she feels like she's kind of, maybe her self esteem is lowering because of this whole experience. And that's really sad. I feel bad for her. I really do.
yeah. I mean, can
But,
you imagine, right? You go through this to meet your husband
and you're
who,
open.
you're open,
Yeah.
but he's not, and then said he's not attracted to you and all these other things and don't want to touch you. Like, how really? Like, how is that?
Yeah.
Not don't want to touch you, but like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not trying to be intimate with her, nothing. I mean, I could
Nothing.
totally see where that could start having an effect on her self-esteem. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh, well, I think that's it, other than the dinner part. So we're gonna talk about that later. Um, let's talk about this hot mess. Kirsten and Shaq. Kirsten takes her pretty little self to go get her nails done. Yeah, you right. Her nails done. And go meets up with her friend. And I know last week, Janelle, if you watching this later, I know you called her an airhead. I kind of feel like it's a little bit of airheadiness coming this week. I was just like, maybe I was wrong because I don't understand how you go meet with your friend and you're like, yeah, we just need more time together. This is her running tagline. We need more time together so that you can get to know me and I can get to know you. And then I'll feel more comfortable with you. Right. But now he's not paying attention to you in the way that you want him to pay attention. So now she's like, yeah, he'll just come home and just say, hey, and then he'll go to sleep. That's what
And
you
I
wanted
told
him
him
to
you need to
do.
come in and say something to me. Give
Like
me a
what?
hug.
Oh, okay. But your attitude is stank. You don't want me to touch you. You don't want nothing from me. So we're just roommates. What's the
I'm
problem?
like, I'm confused. I mean, I'm not
Everybody
confused, but this
confused.
is just her, right? Like, oh my gosh, you go all these weeks of not trying to give this man no kind of attention, be vulnerable to him or what have you. And then now when he like, oh, okay, well, I'm tired of trying. Now
Right.
you all talking about you want the be touched and the quality time and all this stuff.
No.
That's where you're supposed to start at from the beginning.
Yeah.
Now
And I
you trying
know
to win this man, now pulling back.
that's what it is. He's starting to pull back, and now she's like, wait, wait, wait. What about me? Remember me? Like, you supposed to be chasing me for how long? This man is,
Didn't he call her out on that too? Yeah.
yes. He said, I'm booked and busy. Okay. So I got things to do. I'm not going to be sitting here waiting on you to figure out if you want to be with me or not. And I know 4 weeks is short, but we got to keep remembering what is happening here. You are married, you are moved in with a person, you're seeing them every day. Okay.
Day. Mm-hmm.
So if every day for, let's say, 3 weeks, because this is week 4, every day for 3 weeks, somebody was just like, "Oh, don't touch me. Oh, don't kiss me. Oh, no." And then wants you to tell all your deepest, darkest secrets, wants you to say everything about yourself. And I'm not telling you anything. For 3 weeks,
Nothing.
you're going to be like, "Girl, get out my face." I'm busy. I'm with my mentees. I'm gonna
I'm
go
gonna
make
go
a
find
difference
something to
out
do,
here.
right?
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
go
get
make a
the attention
difference.
that I need.
I'm gonna run for office in a couple years. Get out of here. I got a plan. So yeah, she tells her friend some foolishness. Her friend was like, "Well, maybe you need to tell him that some of this stuff." Um, the next date they have is that the skating date. They only have one thing. It's not like the other couples that have multiple little things going on. I think they only had the skating date.
They just showed the skating, yes.
Hmm. So they
Hmm.
go skating. I don't know who was responsible for planning. It might be Shaq. Um, and it's the whole skating rink shut down. They have dinner in the middle, and Kirsten says she loves skating. Shaq loves skating. They put on all these equipment. I was just like, do you need all of the equipment? I don't know how to skate, and I don't do all the equipment. Y'all
They
actually
had
know how
the
to skate, and you put on all of this. They couldn't even move. So they put on all the equipment to go skating. It looked cute. It looked like a little 90s um,
hmm
um, movie or something. They were super, super cute. And they both know how to skate. And she really knows how to skate. And he was just shocked to, I guess, learn something about Kirsten because this is, I guess, the only way he's going to figure this
soccer, right?
so they sit down, they have dinner or whatever, and these dry conversations that they be having. I wish I remember every single thing they said. That was like, what is happening? Because it's like you're looking at two different people. I don't even know what's happening. They look like they don't know what's happening. So I'm just like, this is what's going on here. I feel like there's more questions I have on how this is supposed to work. I don't understand.
It was the same conversation that they normally have, which is she wants to get to know him and open up, but she doesn't do the same. And
Yes.
so, it's like, and he kind of alludes to that later about we go through this all the time. Like
Hmm.
you may ask a question and then start, but you never come through with you telling yourself like about or
Yes.
telling about yourself. You always
So
ask me.
did he say it with her or did he say something in After Party? Did you watch After Party?
Yeah, I watched it.
I watched most of it, but he said something where like Kirsten wants to have her quality time is us sitting together talking, basically asking me questions, and then I try to ask her back and she doesn't say anything, right? So it ends up me giving a diatribe of my whole life. And I'm just like, he was like, I already know about me. I wanted to get to know you. So why are we even doing this exercise? But for her,
That's
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
But for her, this is how she becomes more comfortable is you open up completely. You give me everything. And then I might catch up and give you a little nugget here or there. But you have to do all the work up front and then I'll come along. But by that time, he's just like, I'm frustrated. What am I getting out of this?
I done told you everything and I still know basically nothing about
Nothing.
you. Yeah. So I was going to say that's kind of how the whole conversation started, because she kind of was like, "Yeah, we're getting to learn about each other or whatever,"
Oh
and he
yes.
kind of had this look like, "Are we?" Because that's not how I see it.
Right.
I'm not learning nothing from you.
Yeah.
You are a very walled up like person. Like,
Hmm.
you're not, you might think, and that went to the after party, the guy that was the special guest,
Oh, you're a
he was
mess.
saying how she might actually really be opening up, but they're just at different levels.
Right.
So she's giving all, and that's, but how do you know that? Like,
But
you
see,
don't know
she
this
asked
person.
that. She said, "Have you ever asked me how I'm fit?" Well, this is later. This is after dinner.
Yeah.
Sorry. Now I'm joining Ashante now. So this is later,
I
where
remember
she's
what
like, "Have
happened.
you ever
So
asked me how I feel in at this time?" And he was just like, "I have." And she was like, "Have you really?" And he was like, "Okay, fine. How do you feel?" But she wants things done a certain way. And I agree with Shaq on that. Is that
that's
we're talking all the time. If you feel a certain way, you need to be able to say how you're feeling. If I don't ask you this specific question, that doesn't mean I don't care because I'm here every day. It doesn't mean that I'm not trying because we go out on dates, we talk, whatever. But I'm not a hermit. I'm not a stay at home person. I can say dad because they don't have kids, but I have things to do. I have friends,
mm-hmm.
I have family, I have mentees, I have a job, I have aspirations. He was in school. I think he graduated. I don't even know if they did he finish? Did he have a party? I don't know. Nothing. But it's a two-way street. And I feel him on that where he's just like, I feel like this is a Christian show. And I'm here
As a
catering to
supporting
you
role, right?
as a supporting.
Yes.
And she just be looking like she don't want to hear nothing. She don't want to hear nothing. But I be wondering, like, is she for real or is she playing games with him? Because at the beginning, I feel like she was playing games with him, and that's why he said with that comment on the after party that she's one way on in front of the cameras and she's another way off the cameras. And now she trying to flip the switch again on him.
I I don't know. She has me confused, on just being honest. Like, I think there's definitely some part. There's times where, but she really is playing games with him. But
Mm-hmm.
then other times, I think she's just oblivious to what she's doing and what's happening. Like, she just doesn't even see and know that she's doing that. Um, but for sure, what he was saying and calling her out about, everything's on your timetable. Like, it's
Yeah.
two of us in this relationship.
Right.
It ain't just about you and your timetable. And when you do this, like, I got to make a decision here too, not just you. So I need to know who you are, get to know you, so I can make a decision. And that was part of this conversation after the dinner, which we'll go back to,
Yeah.
right? Because she was like, "Are you in this for forever or like
Oh
just
yes.
decision day?"
And he was like,
Huh?
decision day. If I gotta say yes or no. I don't even know if I like you right now.
Exactly. What do you mean? And she's like, well, that's why I don't really want to have you around family and friends and they get to know you
She
and then you
is
say no and it's
hiding.
not.
She is hiding. He has no idea where this girl live. Okay.
Yeah.
He
He know
has
nothing about
he
her.
knows nothing
He
about
knows
her.
just as much as we know at this point. Shoot, I mean, just last week, like that episode we talked last week,
Oh
right? When
God.
they were having a little thing, and she asked him to be vulnerable. He spills his little guts, and then he asked her, and oh yeah, there's a lot you don't know about me. I know, so tell me something. Oh, there's so much. I don't know where to even start. Pick one, like.
I'm all
And I'm
ears.
sure that's how it is every week for him.
Yeah,
So yeah, you gonna be like, you know what, girl?
I ain't got time for this.
I'm gonna head on to the school real quick. I got an
Yeah,
errand to run
I'll be
and be
back.
gone all day.
I'll be back.
I'll be back when I
Oh
get back.
no.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. So let's go into this dinner. This dinner, I don't know what she had on. I was like, "What is this, girl? All your
Be
little
careful
cakes
that
is
either.
out." Mm-mm. So they go, they're on a little party bus. The only people to me having fun on the party bus is Clint, Gina, and Shaq. That is it. Everybody else sitting there like a bump on a log on a party bus with lights, strobes, probably music. I mean, come on. Pump, pump, pump up the jams, pump it up, something. Give me something. It was just a snooze fest on that party bus.
You
So
know
they,
what?
oh,
I wonder if that, just thinking about editing, I wonder if that was going or coming, because on After Party they said afterwards they were really kind of majority of the time quiet.
no,
So I don't
because
know. I can't remember the.
he referenced what she said at the dinner about the little comment.
Oh, okay.
Is that your computer going?
No, I'm trying to like recap. Like he said,
She's remember
little.
at the dinner, so we'll talk about it.
Uh
At the
huh.
dinner, they ask her and him, "Hey, how's it going? How's the intimacy?" Because Nicole was over here acting like a talk show host to everybody. Come on, let's make Mama happy. Give me some good news. And he was just like, "Yeah, it's going okay. We're still trying to grow, whatever." And they asked Kirsten, and Kirsten was like, "It's a little bit." It's coming on a little bit. It's a little attraction there. And she was using these very like words that was diminishing their relationship, basically. That's what you tell somebody where somebody's chasing me down and I'm just like, oh, okay, he's a little cute. He's a little funny, whatever. And he was probably, Shaq was like, well, dang, we just
I
had a
mean, he's
whole,
sitting there looking at her like,
right. We
"Oh,
went
this is
skating.
new. These are new words for me."
Right. We went skating. You said we're going well, we're progressive. She says little things, but when he pulls her to the table and was like, well, what you really mean by that? She don't have nothing to say. This is where I said maybe she is a little bit of a bird brain. I don't know. So um so that comment, that's really all that happened with them at the dinner. He brought that up afterwards. Like, so you
All
gonna tell
right.
them little attraction? That's how you really feel? That's like, is that where we are? And she was like, well, I mean, yeah, because we don't spend enough time together. Oh my God, we need more time. Like, girl, shut up. Hush. Man ain't trying to
You
sit
got
here and be
time.
bored. Right. He don't want to be bored with you. But I'm like, do they go on dates? I wonder if they even go anywhere. Because they didn't have another date.
They
So,
they didn't mention anything with them, but with Eris and Jasmine, they mentioned how they've been going out a
mhm.
little bit more, doing things. But
Yeah.
yeah, they don't ever mention
I think he's over
Kirsten
it.
and
He
her
over
and
it.
him.
He done.
Probably so.
Yeah. He's just like, nah, not for me. Check, please. Get me out of here. So yeah, that was them at the dinner. Um, Eris and Jasmine. Jasmine's just like, do we have to go out? She was sitting back. She was just like, I'm
Right?
attracted to
She
him.
was
He ain't
not
to me.
ready
Well,
to
I
go.
don't know. And then she turned. I was like, dang, girl. But girl, stop saying that you attracted to him.
I wouldn't. He would not hear that come out my mouth ever again.
Stop saying it. Stop. Because you're not.
You
I
done
guess
said it.
maybe
You
she's
know.
just thinking physically now, but do you actually like his personality? Then no, he's not attractive. He's not attractive no more.
Hello.
So why are you even saying that he's attractive? And he really thinks she is so enamored with me, I don't want to lead her on anymore. I can't have sex with her because then she's never gonna leave me alone. She's gonna be like,
Like, this dude is so full of himself. Everything is like, and again, I think that's part of that, me trying to him trying to give that good boy kind of like, I'm a good person. I'm trying not to lead her on. I'm trying to show I'm a good person and not, put her in this situation.
sir,
No, sorry.
get out of here.
But
Get out of
that
here.
part, I was like, this.
So I don't even know if they said anything else past that. It was just like, yeah, yeah, that's it. Moving on.
It wasn't much to be said there. Like I think the even Nicole that were looking no Nicole. Okay. She's talking about, oh, I'm right. I see the body language. Like I still look like you guys are doing good. I said, well, she need to go back to school and read body language because there was nothing showing there that them two were close or intimate or have anything going for themselves.
Hmm.
She just everything's going so well for her. She just
Yeah.
wants that to happen for everybody
Yeah,
else. So she's just trying to
be for
project
real.
that.
No, no, no. Be for real. Because
You
we're not talking about puppies and rainbows. This is people. And if you're not feeling each other, you're now married and have to go through a divorce process. Okay. So
yeah.
it's not, you have a connection because Chris and Nicole are both open. I think they probably would have paired well with a lot of people unless they were like Eris or Kirsten. You know, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like they're halfway in and out or mostly out, a little bit in. That's different. But if you're paired with someone who's fully open, fully committed, then that's how it's working because they do have little things about them, but they're willing to be like, it's not that big of a deal. Let's keep going, which is what Eris and Jasmine should be doing. Bless you, maybe. Uh,
Thank you.
because I feel like Eris just needs to get over the one blocker and he would see because he makes it seem oh she's a great girl, she'll take care of me when I'm dead or when I'm sick. She'll take care of the kids, she'll do this, she'll do that. So I know he knows she's a good person, but I don't know why he's in his own way about this whole thing. I don't know. And I don't think he's being completely honest with it. And I know he's like, I'm trying to be honest, but I don't want to hurt your feelings. That's another thing he said at the dinner. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Um, hurt mine.
You already did that.
Hurt mine. Just tell me, because I would rather at least know instead of sitting here or just go away. If you want to not tell me the truth, go away. Don't be in my face every day as if you really trying to make this work. Don't do that.
Right.
But Nicole just, girl, hush. Then, I forgot there was something else. Eris with his dumb behind talk about is married sex different
Oh no,
than
I was getting there.
single sex?
Girl.
I can
I was
check,
speechless too. I was just like,
check.
really, sir? Really?
Jasmine, raise your hand. Shaq, raise your hand. Touch hands and leave together.
Touch and agree and leave together.
Get out of there. Okay. This would be right up Eris's alley. He probably would be a swinger. Eris, go over there and get Kirsten. Because I don't know what is happening here. This is a mess.
He said on After Party, he just asked the question because sometimes stuff just be too serious and he wants to like loosen up the crowd or what have you. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. That's just your filthy, filthy mind.
Again, he is the gross one of this season. I'm still shocked that I like Clint. Don't know what happened. He didn't turn over a new leaf for me. Eris, get out of here. Please. I'm over it. And where can we take a pause? I know next week we're gonna see Dr. Pepper, but it's been 3 weeks. These people need help.
That was my thinking and watching this. I'm like, I feel like the experts showed up more often in previous
Absolutely.
these last not even last season it seemed like they took a while to show up, but they showed up more often in
Absolutely.
previous seasons than they have now. It's like, what's going on? I feel like y'all setting them up to fail. Like you
Basically.
see they struggling and need help. Why aren't y'all they're doing more,
There's
popping
nothing.
in.
And they used to pop in. It wouldn't even have to be a whole everybody gets seen. It might just be a hey, let me talk to you
One
for a second.
couple.
Let me talk to you for a second because y'all are struggling. And where are these other
Right.
experts that the other two, Devon and Dr. Pia? Where
Oh,
they
were they
at?
supposed to be there this season too?
I
Or that
don't
just
they
last
need
season?
help.
Oh,
Dr.
I
Dr.
don't know.
Pepper is off living her life with book writing and living separate from her husband. Okay. Pastor Cal actually got a church in Georgia. Okay. So he busy. We need fresh blood to come in here. Dr. Viviana, come back because
I
this world is
know.
running amok without you. Come back. I need the outfits. I need I need everything. I need
And
just
she was good.
I love Dr. Viviana. I don't know
And
what's
she was
happening.
real. She would just let you know what it is too. It wasn't no
I
just on
mean, they
TV.
all were. They all had their lane, right? But I feel like
Mhm.
we did not go 3 episodes without seeing them. Three. Usually it's the beginning. You don't see them because you want them to kind of just jump in. And then you come back and then they meet with you. And you have maybe another week and then they meet with you again. Where are y'all? You just gonna show up twice this season? Like this is terrible. Because now we're at the
Oh
halfway
Lord.
point. This is when they
You
asked,
got
"Do you
the
still want
halfway?
to go
Mm-hmm.
forward?" We're not gonna see him again until the end of the season.
So
This is
decision day?
terrible.
Yeah, they need to be more active. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Or bring some other people in if y'all too tired. Like we need something. They need
Right.
help. This is ridiculous. Anyways, I don't know what happened with Clint and
Mhm.
Gina at the dinner table. That's all I got.
Ain't nothing happened. Again, they were talking about they getting to know each other and doing things, and
They are
they look like
besties.
they could see a little future, is what they said. But
They're just little besties. That's it.
they're little besties.
Later after the show, they'll go on Dang. She'll invite some of her friends on Dang or Dang It, one of them. And they'll go on a little ride. His boat, Dang,
Oh, I was going to say here like, dang.
and Dang It.
Yes, I recall. Thank you for the
Oh
memory.
Lord, but yes,
All right. So, any other final thoughts regarding any of the couples?
Dr.
Or
Pepper, Pastor Cal, get y'all behinds over there with them couples. They need help. That's my final thought.
I second that motion. They really do. We need y'all to come in and try to salvage. I don't know. I think it's just too late now to salvage anything. They really should have been there at the beginning to
They
try to
should have
help
been there more. Yeah, I
with any
agree.
the other three couples. So Chris and Nicole still
My only
are
hope.
final. Yeah, yes, to make it past decision day. Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
So next Sunday we will not be taping either. So we'll be back. I already told you this. We already talked about the schedule next Sunday. So we'll have to again coordinate our schedules and come up with a time to go live and do our recap. Um Thursday, maybe. That might work out. But we'll see. We'll talk
We will
to
see. And then we are also going to review Love is Blind. So I think that comes out next week. So
when did
go.
it start?
I thought,
Jeez.
yeah, that comes out next week. So go ahead and catch up on the first little grouping of videos or whatever, and then we'll do a review soon after that.
Soon after that. Okay. We'll coordinate, get things together. But
Yes.
before we leave, as a reminder, hit the subscription button and the
Please.
notification
And a
and
like
like the
button.
video.
Come on now.
Yes,
Like it.
we see y'all watching. Um, but thank you for joining us. And leave comments. Feel free to leave any comments if you're watching this later. And before we leave, we'd like to remind all our viewers to do what?
Protect your throne.
All
Bye.
right.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.